Let's take a look at working with RealDrums. Now, to start with, this is the main style picker, and style names that start with a minus sign already have RealDrums in them. Like, here's some examples, and they're just scattered throughout the list if you're sorting alphabetically. Some of them do and some don't. Now, I'm just going to click cancel. I've got a style loaded in here that doesn't have one. Now, we can use RealDrums settings to substitute RealDrums for MIDI drums in existing band-in-a-box songs. And we get to the setting menu by control-clicking on this RealDrums button here, and this will bring it up. We can also, it's going to cancel for a moment, click the drop-down menu and get to it over here. And we have a variety of fairly self-explanatory options. Enable RealDrums. We can substitute RealDrums for MIDI drums based on any of these preferences here. Substitute always, substitute frequently, only when the RealDrums are as good as or better, and so on. We can have RealDrums play variations available each time we hit play, and that caret sign is the indication of the variations. We can favor brushes or sticks, or neither. Favor specific artists, never, sometimes, or always. And if no real drum matches are found, we can use other RealDrum styles, again, based on various criteria about how good a match they are. And for this song only, we can specify with the RealDrum Picker here a specific style that we want used. And we can choose different variations on each play. And we can even adjust the amount of reverb on here. And we have high-res playback. We have global volume adjust when we can slide the track behind or ahead and adjust the push and shot velocities. So again, fairly self-explanatory. Now we get to the RealDrum Picker by the shortcut Control-U, and that's the RealDrum Picker. I'm just going to hit Escape to cancel and show you a couple of other ways. We can also shift-click the RealDrums button here, and that'll bring it right up. And of course, we can always do a click on the bottom here and bring up the RealDrum Picker that way. And finally, we can also get to the RealDrum Picker from these radio buttons. If I right-click or double-click this, I'll get the menu here and I can bring it up. And interestingly, I'm just going to close this for a second. We can use RealDrums on more than one track. You can have two or more tracks playing. Let's say I want to substitute this one. I can right-click here and I can go choose RealDrums. And I get the RealDrum Picker for that track. And you can also rename these here. Some of the styles you remember have different names than the defaults. If you right-click, you can just rename these tracks, whatever is necessary. So let me hit Control-U to bring up the Real Track Picker. And again, these are all fairly self-explanatory. We can filter by different styles here. And with this number sign, we have, again, different criteria for sorting the results. We can show if tempo is out of range. And this column with the X indicates which ones are out of range. So if I disable that, we'll get the ones that are out of range hidden. Show if field does not match. So again, this is a great way to filter the results. I'm getting less results and better quality results. Show RealDrums that are not favorites, and so on like that. So here we get the names, the genres, and the caret signs indicates the variations. We can see all these variations over here. The genre. Here, this shows the time signature, and it's only listed if it's something other than 4/4. Shows if it's even or swung, whether it's 16th note based or 8th note based, and the low and high range of tempo that it'll work at, and so on. Now, we can audition here the drum groove solo. Kind of cool for that one. Or we can audition the sample here. We can also get to the settings from here. Another way. Play now. And it'll play my arrangement with the one that's selected. So you can audition it in context. That's kind of cool. I think I like that one. We can have normal time, half time, double time, and so on. So let me click OK. And now I'll just play it from here, and we'll hear it with this new RealDrum track. Sounds nice, really nice ghost notes in there. Now, let's say we want to have a RealDrum change at a specific bar in the song. It's easy to do. Let's say this bar over here, I'm going to click in it and hit F5 to bring up the edit settings for the current bar window. And here we press the RealDrums button, and we can get our picker, and I'll choose that one. Let me go OK, and we'll see our little icon here showing that there's a style change. And let's listen. And And there's also a nice, really slimmed down drum picker that allows us to look for related drum grooves with less clutter around. And that's the quick list. We get to it by right-clicking on the drums menu. We can go to quick list and we'll get all kinds of related grooves to what's used. We can resize the window. We can click on these and we can audition them. And all kinds of variations. Some are shuffle, some are straight. And we can filter. Say I'm going to type groove and it'll reduce the subset. And we have simple filtering options here, which in most cases are probably more than enough. So it's a nice, quick and dirty way to access related grooves when you need them. We'll continue with more in the next video.